certainly one of the aspects that they are working on. He henceforth mentioned the issue of budget, that ministries of environment do not necessarily have the right budget because the way accounting is being done does not value all environment. So the environment department is not considered as a department that contributes to the economy, even though it does, but the accounting is not appropriate. He calls for international cooperation and for innovative financing so as to promote green jobs as a way of contributing to the national economy. That was a very short summary. I'm sure I have not done justice to his very rich intervention. Let me now do two things. One is to give the floor to Honorable Patricia Apiagie, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation of Ghana. But I'm afraid I have to leave. So, Michelle, if you can maybe take over. Nothing against my good friend Kadmiri, but I have to go because I have another commitment. It was very good to be with you here, and very much looking forward to a stronger and enhanced collaboration between ILO and the UNCCD. I am totally convinced that land restoration is one of the solutions to much of the problems we are facing, including unemployment in many parts of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Minister,
much.
you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
So nice. So nice.
On behalf of the government of Ghana, please allow me to extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude to the organizers of this cocktail, notably the UNCCD and the ILO. Distinguished delegates and guests, the livelihoods of a large majority of the population, especially the majority of population of Ghana, is tied to the land through agriculture, forestry, and fishing. The government of Ghana, therefore, considers land degradation as a developmental issue that requires a decisive action and a resolute political will. Understanding the problem is the first step. However, taking steps towards actual implementation always outweighs oration. This is what our president is trying to do with a forward-looking campaign, Planting for Food and Jobs. It is a clarion call on every single Ghanaian to take farming as a full-time or part-time activity. It is also an avenue to modernize agriculture and make it a source of employment for the teeming youth. To promote the creation of jobs, the government of Ghana is also participating in the sustainability, stability, and security, talking about the 3S initiative. The implementation of the 3S initiative will also help to address issues such as food security, income equality, migration, poverty, and resource availability. At just 3.7%, the average annual pace of employment growth is inadequate for the creation of sufficient jobs opportunity, especially for the youth, who form about 57% of the population. As a country, we strive for economic growth, but understand that growth can be jobless. Therefore, a sustainable development framework for employment must include a job creation strategy. In this spirit, we have developed Ghana National Employment Plan, called the NEP, with the aim to adopt an intersectoral approach towards achieving full, decent, productive, and intersectoral approach and freely chosen employment for all Ghanaians who are able and willing to work in order to improve living conditions and promote equity, security, and dignity. The National Employment Plan focuses on promoting entrepreneurial development, private sector competitiveness, developing linkages between agriculture and other economic sectors, research and innovation, vocational and technical skills development, productivity improvement, and harnessing opportunities in labor migration. The plan has a component on the promotion of green jobs. We are already implementing land restoration programs that are geared towards lowering deforestation, supporting adoption of clean cooking, and pursuing low carbon electricity supply. But we need extra efforts to link these activities to the job creation. Investing in these actions have direct development benefits, including creation of green jobs, as well as strong climate and land restoration objectives. I'm convinced that if we continue to work with partners like UNCCD and ILO, we can pursue actions that will provide green and decent jobs to current and future generations. We join with one accord and resolve to support the 3S initiative to address the problem of instability related to land degradation, migration, towards achieving a better world for our people. I thank you for your attention.
Well, thank you so much, Minister, and for sharing your country's very ambitious strategy on job creation, in fact, for full, productive, decent employment for all, which of course is what the ILO would support. So we were very, very happy to be part of supporting that work and look forward to collaborating with you on that. I would like to now just give the floor to our colleague, not last or least, but actually a real driver behind the 3S initiative. So Mohamed Dubi Kadmiri, who's a diplomatic advisor to the head of government. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you. My intervention will be in French, but it will be translated by my colleague Barbara. Thank you. Je voudrais tout d'abord adresser mes remerciements à M. Brahim Thiaw, qui nous a fait l'honneur de nous inviter de l'UNCCD et l'ILO pour cette invitation. Je voudrais également faire une mention spéciale pour le secrétaire exécutif, pour le féliciter pour cette COP 14 et lui souhaiter un grand succès pour cette noble mission. Okay?
I would like to thank the organizer and in particular my brother, Mr. Thiaw, for this COP14 and its noble mission.
Mesdames, Messieurs, chers collègues, comme l'a si bien exprimé hier le président, ou plutôt le Premier ministre de Saint-Vincent et Grenadines, son Excellence M. Ralph Gonsalves, et qui avait dit « Tout le monde sait ». Effectivement, tout le monde sait. Tout le monde sait que tout le monde sait.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, as the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and Grenadines, His Excellency Ralph Gonçalves said yesterday, the whole world knows, and as a matter of fact, the whole world knows that the whole world knows.
On sait que les jeunes aujourd'hui sont confrontés à un ensemble de défis et d'obstacles. Parmi ces obstacles, il y a la pauvreté, le manque de perspective, le manque d'avenir. Beaucoup de gens, et de jeunes surtout, se sentent pris au piège et sans avenir dans leur terre.
We know that young people are confronted with challenges and obstacles. Among these, poverty and lack of perspective. Many young people feel hopeless.
Tout le monde sait aussi et en connaît la raison. C'est le manque d'éducation, le manque de compétences, le manque d'investissement. Tout le monde sait que le changement climatique et la dégradation des terres sont aussi un facteur aggravant qui rendent la vie des jeunes encore plus difficile.
The whole world knows the reason. It's the lack of education, the lack of competence, and the lack of investment. And the whole world knows that climate change and land degradation are key drivers for the people to have a more difficult life.
Tout le monde également sait que cela compte dans les décisions d'un jeune qui est piégé sans sa terre, qui est sans opportunité, sans aucun avenir pour s'en sortir. Qu'est-ce qui lui reste comme choix? Ces choix sont difficiles.
So the whole world knows that it depends to it's a decision that depends on the youth that are left in degraded lands without opportunity. They cannot have choice, or these choices are really difficult.
Sa seule option, la seule qui lui reste, c'est abandonner sa terre et migrer. Migrer en ville et la deuxième étape, encore plus loin, dans un autre pays.
The only option is to abandon the lands and migrate to the cities or even farther in other countries.
C'est pour faire face à ce phénomène que nos pays ont créé l'initiative 3S, l'initiative de la soutenabilité, la sécurité et la stabilité en Afrique.
It's to address this phenomena that the initiative 3S, Sustainability, Stability and Stability in Africa, has been launched by Senegal and Morocco at COP22 in Morocco, in Marrakech.
L'initiative, c'est le véhicule des pays africains pour relever ces défis qui sont liés à la fois à la dégradation des terres et au manque d'emploi des jeunes. C'est une initiative qui est africaine, une initiative dirigée par l'Afrique. Elle a été conçue pour promouvoir des emplois décents, des emplois verts, par la réhabilitation des terres.
The initiative is the way the African countries have to address this challenge linked to land degradation and lack of employment for the young people. And it's an African initiative led by Africa. It has been conceived to promote green and decent job based on land restoration.
Cette initiative vise à créer 2 millions d'emplois à travers la réhabilitation de 10 millions d'hectares de terres dégradées.
The initiative has the objective to create 2 million jobs through the rehabilitation of 10 million hectares of degraded land.
Nous cherchons par cette initiative à mettre en place une évidence. Nous sommes tous concernés par cette problématique.
So we would like to show the evidence that we are all concerned by this problem.
Les solutions existent. Nous avons de l'espoir encore.
Solution exists, we still have hope.
Nous avons des terres dégradées qu'on sait faire réhabiliter. Nous avons la volonté politique. Et cette initiative est venue faire le lien entre ces deux, la volonté politique et la réalisation sur le terrain.
So we have degraded lands that have to be rehabilitated on one side, and on the other side we have the political will, and this initiative wants to make the link between the available land and the political willingness.
Les rencontres que nous avons faites cette semaine nous permettent d'avoir un très grand espoir dans cette initiative. Nous avons eu un véritable engouement, que ce soit des pays africains comme des partenaires financiers. Ça nous a montré que ce n'était pas impossible de faire de grandes choses.
So the meeting we had during this COP gave us a lot of hope because they showed that we are
They are
not alone
interested.
and that we can have financial support and other countries to join the initiative.
Okay. Cela dit, l'initiative, c'est que nous avons une grande ambition. Nous ne voulons pas de petits projets qui permettent de régler une petite question ou un petit village. La question de la 3S est une question, nous sommes ici pour demander un accompagnement massif, c'est-à-dire pour régler des questions à l'échelle régionale. Nous voulons faire en sorte qu'on ne parle plus de pauvreté, mais plutôt changer la façon dont on perçoit, par exemple, le Sahel, dont on perçoit les questions de migration. Nous voulons faire en sorte d'attirer tous les projecteurs sur cette situation-là et permettre à nos pays de faire le saut qualitatif. Je pense qu'aujourd'hui, tout le monde est assez au courant, tout le monde est assez convaincu qu'aujourd'hui, on peut faire en sorte que tous les partenaires financiers fassent en sorte de faire confiance aux pays africains pour changer les choses sur le terrain.
So we have a big ambition. We don't want little project, but we try to have large-scale investment because this is the way to change the narrative, the way in which land is perceived as a driver of migration, but it can be seen also in the other way as land restoration can be a solution. So we have seen that, that we can do a big financial mobilization, and this is what we want to do with the 3S initiative.
Oui. Je peux vous dire en conclusion que nos chefs d'État et de gouvernement des 14 pays de l'initiative 3S sont très engagés dans la réalisation de cette initiative.
So I just would like to conclude that our head of state and head of government are very committed in the implementation of this initiative.
Et c'est un engagement qu'ils ont fait au niveau international et nous comptons vraiment aller au bout de la faisabilité de ce projet.
So it's an engagement done at international level, so we really would like to go until the end.
Je vous remercie et désolé pour cette
Thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much for reminding us that the 3S initiative is an African initiative, but that we are working not just for ourselves, but for future generations and our youth who are depending on us, and that we have to really work together.
Yes.
So, dear colleagues, I would like to extend a warm thank you to our ministers and our honorable guests who have collaborated with us this evening. I would like to take up what our executive secretary suggested, and he said that to me again, that we do not want to stand between you and the cocktail. So all of your questions and your thoughts that you would like to discuss with the ministers and others, please can we take it into the other room, the foyer, where there's food and drinks, and you can continue your discussion and networking, please. So we would like, because it's also getting late and we may miss the food and the drinks, so I'd like to just please everyone say thank you so much to our guests and our ministers for being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe